Ay, okay. Yan, continuation of our social stratification lesson. So in this part, we'll be talking about the impact of somehow division in our society, how it impacts our lives. So there are like different sector it actually influences. It could be in the health sector, which we enthusiastically talk about yesterday. The somehow the effect of inequality in health sector. There's also in education. It could be by individual action. It bounds individual action, specification of social roles. So meaning the things that you're allowed to do in your society are being limited of that strata. And then societal laws are also being influenced by strata. And also the idea of who will live or die, which is somehow related to health. But I have an example in here later that could actually be also sub part of health or far from health. So let's talk about health muna in terms of the impact. Again, keep in mind that what we're about to discuss is the impact of social stratification in the health sector. So, of course, the idea of the VIP culture, the expensive healthcare facility that only in the elite ones or the ones in the higher class or higher strata are being taken care of, the different treatment quality, discriminating attitude of care providers, which we actually give some testimony yesterday, right, in our health institution discussion. Unequal distribution of clean water and safe environment in different zones of a certain city. Na even they belong in a certain city, in a certain community like that, you will notice that there's still favor in others. So they are actually divided or stratified according to who the main provider benefit from. So yan, it affects our health sector. Next, it affects our education sector. Ito na, we could dig deeper in here compared to the previous one because in the health sector, we discussed it yesterday. So now in the education sector, so strata affect us in terms of different educational system. You could see that in the private and public school approach. Specific rather, specific methods of teaching, even you belong in one school, let's say it's a public school, and then you will actually be categorized according to section, and your section are actually stratified according to your average. So somehow like the high average students are in section 1, then section 2, and so on and so forth. And since it is stratified according to students grade, the method of teaching also varies. Like in section 1 and 2, very intimate approach or very specific approach. Meanwhile, in the lower section, the methods of teaching is actually in various ways already, or in ano na, in different method that is either not fruitful for the child or too advanced for the child to actually catch it up. So things like that. That's the beautiful thing in our ICS. We only have one section, so you really don't have to compete with other section in per se. But also the beautiful thing naman, you compete with other year level. So it actually naman somehow levels up your competition excitement, something like that. Pero iba kasi the feeling when you have to compete with your equal. Pero one thing with our ICS, you have no equal. Like you as a you as a year level, and that's actually has a good effect. Okay, and then the effects of stratification in terms of outdated syllabus, meaning outdated list of lectures to discuss. Okay, even language conflict. Well, like countries who embrace English language are actually well versed in that. How about countries who's having difficulty in adjusting to that English language? Diba? And also in terms of regionalism in language, right, that the major medium of instruction in the Philippines is Tagalog. How about the regions in the Philippines who's not well versed in Tagalog? So you will really see a difference in impact and approaches once a person is stratified according to region or it or parang sub-ethnic groups. Okay, and then also it leads to job discrimination. So this is the reason why your parents always tell you that they invest so much on your education. They want you to study in good quality school and with schools with names, because tendency in terms of job hunting, the employers actually look for first things first. Yung if you're not yet meeting them, you submitted your resume. That's why your resume should actually be very pleasing, because it would be like your initial para it's like your flyer eh. It's like your advertising paper, and then the moment you see the employer sees that, then they see prestigious schools in there. Oh, there's already discrimination, di ba? Like for example, graduate of elite school, let's say LaSalle, Ateneo, and like that, UST. The moment they see that, their eyes are already like, uy, ano to nice and then let's say they see another resume, graduate of TIP, like what happened to me before. Like there's it's hard to find jobs, especially if you're like me back then kasi when I graduated, TIP is really not that well known. Pero now, it's naman. I'm happy nga when I see it in the top 10 chosen schools in the Philippines. So yun, anyway, yun, it's a good Yes, Anika, would you like to add something in here?
I just want to share lang po last year when I had this application for a prestigious school. I was surprised because there was this part po of the application, like, have you had any family members who went to this school already before, like an alumni? Then I'm surprised
Mm.
why that's part of the application. So like it clearly shows that there is like also with connection and
Yes.
somehow that system po. I'm
Mm.
surprised lang po because that's the only school that has that in their application form. Like, do you
Mm.
have any family members? List the alumni like that, like that
With
po.
names pa, no?
Why do they
Because
need those?
'Di ba? Like what if you're like the first in your generation, 'di ba? Or like what if you will start that trend in your family. And then if they make pero let's admit it, or let's admit that idea talaga that there are some school who they parang it seems as though like a monarchical thing happening in there, na it's like in
yes,
your family line, that if this is your surname, you are designed to study in this certain school. So there's that practice talaga. It's just like that
also
school.
ano po,
Mm. Yes, yes, Anika.
Teacher Jenna shared this video to us po. I think it was a speech from Michelle Obama po to the students. And then she emphasized po that it doesn't matter if like she also mentioned about the resume and things like that. She said daw in looking for, or when she recruits the members po, she doesn't look at the resume. She looks at the passion of the person, like the idea of the grit po. Then that's what she emphasized in her speech. And then it really inspired me like as a student because that's her message for the students. Yes
Mm.
po. Michelle
Yes.
Michelle Obama.
Yes, yes. It's nice to actually have like people who will address that in that manner. Kasi some students now pressuring themselves to be put in a prestigious school and then be so down if they will not actually be able to get in that prestigious schools that they aim to, kasi they set to stone na that would be like their parang life jacket, that would be like the only way to survive being in that as somehow prestigious school. Pero always keep in mind that in the future, the moment you apply in a job and your that employer decline you just because of the school that you're in, be actually grateful to the Lord na I thank God I was not hired by this person, kasi it only means that person is like has that quality of stratifying people or categorizing people according to that. So if you will work under that individual who categorize people according to how much money they put into college, in the prestige and like that, it would be so hard to work with that person, di ba? Or to that that business establishment. So if you got hired based on your skill and not on the school that you are in, you're in a good company. You're in a good company who values quality, 'di ba? Ayun. So, don't feel sad. I know kasi a lot of remnants who are actually able to finish their college, and some of them are in provinces. They finish it in province, and they're actually a bit sad that they're saying it's some of the other remnants finish in prestigious schools and like that. Then I keep on telling that student kasi we're very close. And then sabi ko, you can work naman pa rin eh, even you're graduate in a provincial college. Why you're thinking it's holding you back? Parang it's affecting talaga students confidence now. Kaya I hope someday somehow it will change na. Kasi that child that I know is actually really passionate and really hardworking. Of all the secretaries I had in RICS, yun yung pinaka very very responsible, very into details. We work really well talaga. Si Juliana, if you know her, Juliana Santos, she's really 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 good, such a hard worker. Kaso her emotion is really being affected by that. So yun, I hope it will change na someday somehow in the future. Students will not have that parang lack of confidence. Okay. So next we have the it bounds. Somehow social stratification bounds individuals' action. So of course the idea of different political affiliation. So like for example, if you're poor, dapat you have to vote for a political candidate who's also in a poor beginning. Tapos it will parang it somehow limits your choices, na parang you are only able to pick a certain individual and you are destined to just pick that. Parang what's happening with USA now, na parang if you are brought up in the South, dapat Republican ka. If you were brought up in New York or in California, dapat Democrat ka. So there's this parang it limits one's action the moment you are stratified. Okay, your political affiliation is somehow affected. Also, it limits the opportunities to work. Okay? I think that's already self-explanatory. Limit our perspective. So the moment we are stratified, grouped into something, whether be it by race, by gender, it actually affects our thinking eh. Like for example, I'm a woman, I should not be aiming for a higher education, or like I'm a man, I should be working, I should be the breadwinner of the family. So it affects one's perspective the moment you are categorized into something. And yeah, the idea of stereotyping, right? Na if you're let's say white, you should be ano ba, what are like the stereotype of being white. And then let's say ito, if you're dark skin or like African American, the stereotype in there, you should be good at sport, or you are ano ba, very somehow physically strong, things like that. They're like that stereotype. Okay, if you're Asian, you should
Sure.
be good at math, 'di ba? Not all Asian are good at math. Look at the Filipinos. 'Di ba? Parang kasi there's this
That's so
'di
true.
ba? They
Not
believe that
all,
Asians
not
are good at
all,
math.
So true.
not all. That's
'Di
so
ba?
true.
And then a lot
I
of
suck.
stereotypes, 'di ba? 'Di ba? There's a lot, not
Sure.
really suck. It's just maybe it's not your interest. Unlike kasi in other Asian countries, math is really their interest. Yes, Stephen, you're saying something? Yes.
Share ano po, I wanted to share something po. Because I saw a post last night while I was searching, scrolling in Facebook po. Then ano po, I saw this. I think it's from Philstar ata. The ones ano po, like making news. Ano po, I
Mm.
saw one post there. There are I saw this module po from, I
Ah,
think it's a module
ang
po
galing mo,
of
Stephen.
an elementary student. Share and ano po, I'm just Che, I'm just kasi Che, I'm so I don't know what to feel kasi po, there we can see the farmers po. And then the picture of the farmer is the family is very it's like very poor and no na talaga, like their clothes is just tagpi-tagpi, stitch, then they are
Mm.
like dirty. Ano po, the way DepEd ano po, 'di ba po they 'di ba they must be the ano po like they are the education ano po eh
Sector, 'di ba?
education sector. They must ano po, they must influence the students with ano with a good
Yes.
influence and ano sir. Basta sir, it's hard. I can't
Yeah,
find my
yeah.
words sir because I
Yes,
was
yes.
ano.
That's actually
Sir,
the
you can
trending news.
explain
Yes,
na.
yes. That's actually the trending news now. Yeah, that some of the DepEd modules are really oozing with stereotyping. Like when I say oozing with stereotyping, like really in every corner of it, you will somehow feel that whoever write that module have no idea what understanding society, culture, and politics is. Like
Yes.
the lack
It's
of
dripping
concern.
with
Yes,
stereotypes.
'di ba? Yung lack of concern and lack of understanding that culture varies with each other. Katulad nun, there's one stereotype as well that I have a tattoo. And it's in Tagalog. Like I have a tattoo. I am blank. And then A, criminal. B, this. B, that. Like all of the four choices, there's actually no correct answer in that. And then the ano pa, the according to the keto correction, the correct answer is I have a tattoo, I am a criminal. Para it's like of all the four choices, the keto correction lands into that I am a criminal. So parang you see the stereotype in there just because you have a tattoo. And then I saw a friend of mine nga was really offended by that because he has like tattoo and everything. He graduated education but he is now a chef in a cruise ship like that. So he take a course in cooking and like that. So he has the tattoo and then I like his caption kasi he said there, I am employed, I am educated, I have goals in life, and I am tattooed. And I was like, 'di ba? Sometimes stereotypes really really somehow in out of place already. So yun, it's just sad nga. According to Stephen, I like what Stephen said that they are the education sector. They should know better. Like they should really open the minds of the people, the idea of inculturization, 'di ba? Kaso wala full of full of stereotypes
Also
into
the
it.
The same
one,
with Angeloxy.
Yeah. Oo, yan pa another. 'Di ba as I told you, that the modules now of DepEd is like oozing with
Obvious.
stereotyping. Yes, Angel I hate really talaga the way the statement was composed in that module. Like Angel and Coco are always eating in Mang Inasal. Ay hindi, Angel is obese. Something like
Hala,
Yes,
bakit?
yeah, and like if whoever can see that screenshot, please send it on our Viber so that others can see it. Na you will see the evident stereotyping. It's not actually stereotype anymore. I will categorize it as
Discrimination.
discrimination, cruelty already, heartlessness, 'di ba? Whoever write that talaga, ewan ko where they're going. I just really sad, 'di ba?
yes, sure. Also, with what Stephen said po, like how they describe the farmers. Then I remember, like, agriculture is the backbone of economy. Then why are they treating the farmers like that? In other
Yes.
countries, it's not like that. In Japan po, I have this
Mm-mm.
film po, the Studio Ghibli film that I watched. And then they give really high, to the farmers, to agriculture, like, to the
Yes.
country life. Ganun po.
Yes. Remember when I discussed agriculture in our economics before na us in this generation, we think of the dream job or like the best jobs are the ones with in your corporate office, having your amazing car, amazing house, and you have your work in your office and things like that. Pero the best works are actually, and the highly acclaimed works are actually the one with your bare hands, with your sweat, and it's a generational, a generational thing to be done. So, yun yung 'di ba? It's just sad that some people do not acknowledge that yan, to our farmers. And also,
Share ko lang po.
sige, 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 Anika. Go, go, go.
Unfair, no? I just remember it's not related. I mean, it's related. Pero I remember lang po, like, there's this member in BTS po.
Ah,
Then when he was asked what does he want to be when he's not an idol, if ever he's not an idol, not a dancer, not a singer. He actually answered he want to be a farmer po. Then ano po,
Mm.
wala lang. I was just
That's
inspired.
nice. I think that whoever that BTS member is, BTS no, I think he honors the ano serenity, para the serene part of being a farmer and being connected with nature and providing food to the people. Ano, whoever that member is, I can psychoanalyze him as a very deep person. Tsaka I think he's a peace loving person. Yun. Kasi usually, 'di ba, those idols, they would want fame, prestige, and power. Pero him, he wants to provide. So ano yan, good for him. I want ka if I'm in my retiring years, I want to live in a ano talaga, parang maraming green like
Same po.
crepe paper, art paper.
Yes, yes.
Studio
Maraming
Ghibli, sir.
green
Like
one.
Studio Ghibli
Yeah, yeah,
vibes
like
po.
that.
Yes, in
Oh,
Like
Japan.
that. Like that.
I
Like
will
this, oh, 'di ba?
ay.
Nagiging plantita talaga. Like it's actually really really stress relieving
in
if
the
your
I want to
mountains,
surrounding.
live
che.
That
in the
ano,
countryside.
Like
speaking
a
of that
small
background po, that
cabin.
background reminds me of Frida Kahlo.
Oo nga, yeah, I know. Pero anyway,
Is she the
siguro
artist?
yeah, the artist. And then the eyebrow is connected. So again, later I'll connect my
Unibrow.
eyebrows. Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Eyelid brow ba tawag doon? Basta eyebrow, something like
That's
that.
called po a unibrow.
Unibrow.
Ayun, unibrow. Pero anyway, I was about to say something eh. I know na my dream job to be like a cleaner in Word of Life, 'di ba? Kasi you're surrounded
Always.
with green and everything's
Barangay
really
cleaner, Florabel.
So many
So nice
yeah,
po
amenities.
kaya. Like,
'di ba?
even just cooking there, then I'm seeing the cooks there. Like, they're so happy with their job.
Yes,
You want to have a
yes.
simple
Yeah. Let's just work in Word of Life. All of us in Word of Life. I will be also the one na lang I know it's in Rizal Recreation, the one with top right. And Rizal Recreation is like the elite version of Word of Life. So in Rizal, kayo na lang sa Word of Life. I'll be applying in Rizal Rizal Recreation. Yun. So anyway, yun. So anyway, we're so far
you
from
will go
our sana no. Pero we're so far na from our topic. Pero that's what I'm trying to say in here. That stratification bounds people's actions and choices. We are very overtime. Allow me lang to finish the remaining three slides na lang naman. So that the next topic by next meeting. With regards to social stratification affecting the specification of social roles, yun na nga, that mothers are bound to care for children. That's why there's this outcry now in the America, wherein women kasi are viewed in America like women who do not have children. They are viewed as selfish, they are viewed as a very egotistical, na parang they only care about their career and things like that. People with the choice of women who have choice na not having children are actually being looked down in society, kasi parang they are viewed as parang not typical of a woman, kasi women are expected to bear a child. So sad, no? Yun, pero that's one idea of social stratification, na when you're a woman, based on your gender, you're a woman, you need to take care of your children and have children. Also, another effect is like preferred specific professions. Yan, like doctors, engineers, and bankers, which is connected with our explanation a while ago with the backbone of the economy are the farmers. So, tendency, the rest of us choose this kind of profession over those kind. Kasi meron ngang stratification, di ba? There's this division happening. And lastly, father are bound to be breadwinner. 'Di ba? What if you want to care for the children? Parang yung ganyang role ngayon very unique, right? Like if the mother is the breadwinner and then the father is the one taking care of the children. Parang mga unique setup, pero it's already being practiced. And one beautiful thing here in the Philippines, living in the Philippines, even we have that mga social stratification, we're not cruel to each other. Unlike in other countries na parang they have that set of rules and then they will outly say it pa and then hurt other people's feelings. Here in the Philippines, we're really good-hearted eh. Parang if something like odd to us, we don't really assert it that much. Parang we just keep it to ourselves or ano. Parang it's not really chaotic in the Philippines. Okay?
Also with the I also that also reminded me of something with the profession part.
Mhm. Yes,
The
yes, Justin,
the
sige.
profession part in the previous slide. That reminded me of one movie I watched with my that one movie I watched with my sister Sandra, Three Idiots. Three
Mhm.
Idiots. Yeah,
Good.
yeah,
Yes, that's a
yeah.
good
It's
movie.
yes, Three Idiots. And it reminds me like another there are just some like people who are like bound to
Yes,
expectations by other
true.
bound to the expectations of other people that they don't get to follow their passion anymore.
Mm.
Like if
Yan.
they want to be this but they
Yes.
can't because like for
Society
example
wants this.
society wants them to be this way but they want to be that way but they can't because what society dictates.
Yan. Very good of you mentioning that kasi that's the very core
The
of that
parent
line. Pero one thing, actually, that movie, I know its plot. I know everything about the movie, Three Idiots, but I haven't watched it. Pero yan, don't judge me. Someday, somehow, I'll be able to watch it.
So,
Yung a lot of people that I know, kaya I know the story kasi there's this one friend of mine very passionate in that movie. She already told the movie to me. Like, narrated it scene by scene. And that's why I know the movie eh. Pero I wasn't able to really watch it. Pero nice Justin for that example. So
It's
for
good job for people who want to study engineering po eh.
oo nga daw. Yes, yes, yes. Ano, I'm looking forward to watch that. Tsaka it's funny pa. Partida, it's just ano, somehow, it was stated to me in narration by a friend. But I was able to be, ano na, somehow involved in the
it's like
story. About the ball pen, tsaka the ones riding the backside of the motorcycle. So something like that. But anyway, let's proceed with the societal laws. Having stratified idea in the society also affects the laws being passed. That's why there's this mga complaint na there are some laws only favoring some and it's actually a disadvantage to many. So this is like the root word of that, the idea of social stratification. Like for example, in terms of punishment amplification, na you see this a lot in the in the social media now. Like a person who stole bread was actually imprisoned for a month, a year, or something. But so there, he was imprisoned, surely imprisoned. Meanwhile, an elite person who stole millions of pesos in the government was actually asking for sympathy or asking for this. Diba? Parang there's this the punishment amplification is different for
Acquitted.
yes, different for class, 'di ba? Social class. So, yun. And then also the specialized traffic rules. You will see there that like the politicians have their own way. Like if they beat the red light, they could actually be somehow let go. Meanwhile, a regular citizen will be punished. Okay, and then some bank policies, you will see there that the banks are actually classifying people according to their income. Diba? Parang only these people are only allowed to use this somehow promo in a certain bank because of the content of their bank account, things like that. Pero of course, it's very
Yeah.
business like. We understand them of having that kasi they're thinking of the availability or ability rather, ability to pay. So we get that naman in terms of bank policies. Pero that only shows stratification, 'di ba? If it's
Banks these days
excessively
no longer help people make money.
true. They don't actually even help in saving eh. They help people to spend more. Kasi they're connecting it with other online banking, online transaction and things like that. And next is discrimination in journalism. So I think it's already evident now that majority of the people, politicians rather, are somehow categorizing journalism as enemy, 'di ba? So things like that. Last
che
na, Yes, yes, yes.
Chair, ano po, I wanted to share something lang, Chair, because ano po, last time po, I saw ano the trends in Twitter po, and I saw Joseph Morong po. 'Di ba po,
Ah.
he's ano like a journalist from GMA. And ano
Mm.
po, there po kasi that time that happened, ano po, it was ano po, President Duterte ano po, 'di ba, is talking, it's like very ano na po, agitated with Lenny Robredo of what Lenny Robredo told him, like where is he? But ano po, the journalism just ano po, like they they ano po, it's like they misinterpret or something
Yes.
like that, the ano po, that Lenny Robredo doesn't say such things. It's just ano the media or the journalists po. So ano
Who
po, the
steer.
tendency now, it's like
Mm.
ano the people is bashing, yes po, it's like bashing the ano the journalists po of ano of the GMA, like Joseph Morong po.
Ah, that's the history pala of that. Sige, I'll search more about the really root of it. Pero yun nga, I feel like it's really wrong information. Whatever arrived to the president, wrong information. Tapos he was bitten by that own wrong information that he got. In short, napahiya siya with the wrong information he consumed. So yun, read, read, read. To our president, read, read, read. Di ba? It's recorded pa naman ako. So anyway, last this let's have a very quick na kasi less than 2 minutes this. The idea of social stratification of actually this is
Life
just
and
very
death.
this is very what do we call this? Parang very emotional content lang. You don't actually have to remember this part of the slide. I just saw this kasi in the internet and I was somehow parang drawn to it. The idea of who will live or die kasi the example in there is the sinking of the Titanic.
Ouch.
It clearly shows that the elite gets to live and then the poor gets to drown. No opportunity in for them for their life to be saved. Yan. So anyway, less than 1 minute, we'll talk about the different social stratification in the future. If you want to somehow scan the rest of the slides, it's fine. By the
Is it
way,
in
no
our
no work
classroom stream
today.
po?
Yes, no work today, no activity today. Okay, so yun lang. So the moment it cuts off, we're not gonna renew na. So yun lang. So that's actually the rest of our
Screenshot.
meeting.
Thank you
And
very much.
no
Ko
screenshot nyo na lang whoever can kasi I think anytime it will it will disappear pero yan. Ayan, I was able to nakahabol.